Hello everybody, my beautiful high vibe tribe. It is time to do our full moon reading. And as you can hear throughout the buzz, that it's a big deal coming around with this full moon. This full moon, Hunter moon, is in Aries, and this happens about every 3 to 4 years. And what happens is it's a good time and an opportunity for people from our past to come up, and we can release them or renew them in our lives. And that's the choices that we're making. It's a good time for making some optimal choices in your life, for releasing those things that not only not serve your highest good, but releasing old thought patterns, mainly around the mind, around the focus of letting go, not so much of the physical, but on the thought processes and their perceptions of oneself, and letting go of those limiting beliefs, changing and shifting up from a scarcity mindset to a prosperity mindset is the idea around this Aries full moon. It is a thought process of release. You can also use fire in this full moon. It is a good way to release, but it is also a good way to recharge. I know a lot of people don't speak about the fire, about recharging, but with recharging with the fire, it's simply gazing at the fire, noticing its warmth, hearing its crackle, hearing those sounds, imaging in the fire, faces, pictures, anything that resonates with you. Sometimes a song will come up, sometimes old memories or feelings, even new feelings can come up. And those are all part of the divination with the fire during a full moon, especially during Aries, when the moon is in Aries. So I'm here. I'm a little bit late this week, but as you all know, my high vibe tribe, I'm a busy artist, and I'm running classes in school, and I've had some of my classes end now, so I have some more free days. I'm going to have beautiful long weekends coming up, so I can create more content for the channel, and I can create more artwork for the channel, and more artwork for people that want to buy. I've had a lot of inquiries about some of my sculptures and some of my paintings, and recently I've been asked a lot about writing books. I've just finished a Zine class, and I've thought about writing little Zines. So Zines are like magazines. So some people call them zines, some people call them Zines. But I was looking forward to doing something like that, just like when I put up, I believe earlier in this week, I put up, or last week it was, I put up my little Zine that I had made for my Zine class, and it was my letter to my younger self. I put that up there so it could resonate for others as well. That's how I created the Zine. I created in a video form so more people could hear it and visually see it. I chose the colors of orange for reconciliation and for the energy center and what it can do. So the poem is not mine. The poem I found on social media. I've seen it for years going around. Right now I'm shuffling the deck and I'm trying to figure out if the fairies want to talk. They're seeming kind of quiet right now. Or perhaps the message was through me with what I was speaking about. I get the sense I have to come back to this, that they just needed to be shuffled, and they're awaiting the messages from the Pleiadian and Arcturian councils. So, if you're new to my channel, this is the Sacred Geometry set from Janosh. It's about 10, 11 years old, probably a little bit longer. This full moon has got my thoughts all over the place. So these are how DNA codings that resonate, and how I work with these is the same as the tarots. I shuffle to what comes out, and then I read what spirit is channeling through me. And I guess we'll just begin. I get this feeling that it's time to begin, like, okay ladies, stop talking. Alright, so let's see what the aliens have to say. Emerge. Oh, I guess a lot of us haven't emerged completely yet. So, in this full moon is a good opportunity to emerge. Oops, I got this cooking, my apologies. When I lay this down, the DNA coding will be there for you. Please allow it to resonate within your system. Just looking at this code, these pictures, these symbols will resonate within your DNA structure. Please feel free to pause the video and to sketch out these DNA codes. Now, what is it that they're asking the emergence of? Oh, I hear energies. I hear people letting go of energies, that they need to let go of their energies. This card came up, and surrender. This has been coming up quite a bit in the last couple months from the Arcturian Council. Surrender. They told me to flip it back around. But this is going to resonate more for people. Surrender. Oh my gosh, the coding's coming right through. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that on my cards before, that the coding came through. Oh, that's wild. And they're saying keep this one upright. I'm like, okay. Surrender. I'm saying one more. With these cards, I noticed that they like simplicity, and their messages are fierce. Oh, what is this? Contact. This other one popped up too, so I think I'm going to reveal it as well. Contact. Please forgive my messiness of my nails. I don't normally keep them so rough, but I've been such a busybody with my artwork that even when I put my nail polish on, it's wearing off. My thumb I hurt, so I didn't do anything with it, as you can see in the corner. But contact. Please let that resonate. I love that these are coming through. Like, I can see the images from behind. And that's never happened before. That is fantastic. I can even see the color from behind. I wonder if that's picking up on the video there. Let me know in the comments if you can see the colors coming through. Because for me, I can see white lines, like the triangle, and then the orange in the middle here. That is amazing. But I can't see it this way, can I? Oh yes, I can a little bit right here. Right here. Contact. I feel like most of you know that the contact's coming, or that you're wanting that contact. Hang on, spirits. Hang on, spirit. That was a lot of images. Please slow down so I can get them all. People are doubtful on their contact. They're saying, oh, it's this, or oh, it's that. They're allowing their human mind to doubt, to go logical, to question. And that's perfectly okay. And what they're asking though is, could you surrender to the idea of a magical light? Could you surrender to the idea that other beings are trying to get in contact with you? Can you surrender to the fact that you're here with your purpose and your mission? I give these readings for the ascended ones. The ones that are going to change the systems. Oop. Spirit is. Spirit just came through there because I was like, where did that come from? I'm like, okay. It just seems so bossy. I was like, okay. Oh, no, they're saying get back. Get back. And that's the confirmation. Thank you. You'll have your confirmation. I'm hearing that. You'll have your confirmation, but you can't doubt it. You gotta really believe in that. And although it might seem out of this world, and I'm hearing giggles, because it is out of this world. And these are your experiences. This is your journey. This is your purpose. This is your path. This is yours. This is your gift. This is your gift. Alright, I'm feeling spirit. See, it's time, now it's time. And that they asked me to bring out the Angel Detox book from Doreen Virtue as well. So I brought it out. I'm going to do a bibliography. Oh my gosh. My tongue is tied. A bibliography reading. I don't even think I said that right. A book reading. I'm just going to do a book divination. I have a feeling that's going to resonate for somebody, that they're being tongue-tied or having troubles with their tongue. I totally feel ya. I totally feel ya. So the last week for me, and I know this is maybe going to resonate to you, because I'm getting the sense of like I need to share this, that I'm a right-handed person, but I'm actually omnidextrous. But when I do a lot of my writing and my creations and things like that, I tend to use, or like do the hard work, I tend to use my right hand. And I hurt my thumb, as I was talking about earlier. And, oh, hang on. Ooh, chill on that one. I hurt my thumb, and it's healing now, but I refuse to put nail polish remover on that thumb. But as funny as that is, even though I did, the rest of my hand like suffered. It seemed like all the rest of my nails broke. This one popped completely off by touching a coat. This one's got like half left, but like these ones are the roughed hand. As you can see, like all the nail polish is rubbing off and stuff. So you can tell like I worked my hand really hard on this side. And then this side is more delicate, more feminine, and it's not as rough because I only use this for like driving, smoothing sculptures, like final touches and stuff like that. My automatic writing. So it's very feminine. And Spirit is laughing right now because they're saying it's time to balance it out. So that's not only just for me, I know, but that is for, I think, a good portion of our collective, that we're trying to balance out in this last month, and we're finally getting into that place of balance. But we really worked it. Oh, and what's coming at the bottom of the deck is pregnancy. So, there should be something coming along soon. Whether it be a new child, a new friend, a new lover, a new idea, a new business. This is the birth of something new. Something that's going to definitely transform your life. And this is the transformation I feel and sense that we've all been looking for as a collective, this high vibe tribe. You know, I feel like we're ready to shift into, let's do this. We're ready. We've been doing the work, and we're ready. And I'm finding that it's more questions of what's going on for us, what's going on for us as a whole. Like, what are we supposed to be doing? And this moon, I feel that is going to give you that answer. I think some of us are going to start understanding, hey, some of us are just to dance. Some of us are just to bring smiles. Some of us are just to bring it during this kind of phase. Dietary changes. So I guess we need to improve our collective eating habits. And I admit, I do too. Especially with Halloween coming up and all that beautiful candy. I am addicted to candy. I admit it. I love candy. It's the little kid in me. I love candy. Candy! Even my son was laughing at me when we went to the store. He came up for a visit. Spirit said to leave these two off to the side for right now. Switch. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm just getting a message right now. Not to joke about the candy. This is serious. Okay, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Spirit. What would you like to... Oh, okay. Boop, boop, boom. Moving in the step in the right direction for you. Yes. So changing our eating habits is moving into the right direction. And I'm hearing Spirit say it's not about I'm trying to get this clear because this is strange. It's not about... Okay, so they're showing me like a Happy Meal, but then they're showing me praying over the Happy Meal. And when you're praying over the Happy Meal, say that because that's all you can afford to eat. Oh, okay, I'm getting what Spirit's saying now. Spirit's saying not everybody can afford these fancy foods, and I get that because I've had that time and space in my life as well. And I felt like I had to minimize or shift things up or find a different way to eat these healthy things or to find these healthy medicines. And Spirit's saying, pray over the food because it changes the molecules with our intentions. And that we know this now. Yeah, that we know this now. Especially with science, that we can back this up. That we can change the molecules, even in fast food, to be better suited for our body, and to trust that after we do such things, that maybe the next time, we won't be getting the same fast food, that we'll be getting something different, that'll shift in us. But don't put yourself down for eating what you're eating. Just make sure that you eat. Make sure that you're getting enough. You're putting enough energy. This is what's going on. This is where I was getting confused. Okay. They want to make sure that there's enough energy going in as what's coming out. That there's a balance. They're showing me my hands. This is where I was getting really confused. Because they're showing me my hands. They're showing me a Happy Meal. They're showing me praying. But then they were like moving past that. And they were kind of like showing me my hands going like this again, showing me balance. But then they were showing me like energy. Like then they were showing me like my body. And they were showing like hands and body, right? So that's their way of saying energy. So they're saying whatever energies you're putting in your body, make sure that they're balanced with the energies that are going out. So check in with how much sleep you need to feel good. What is tiring for you, even if it's place, person, or object. Wow. And to identify with that and to make note of that and to honor that with yourself. And that this is the right time. The new home within you, the new home you could be possibly moving to, these transitions, these shifts. This is moving into the right areas for you. Inside. Oh, the mind, the thoughtfulness of the Aries moon. Okay. And I think it's beautiful because Aries is all about like idea, 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 and they're very woo, 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 woo. But the beautiful part of Aries is they're so creative and they're so broop, broop, broop. And I know this because that's my rising sun. Um, and then I have Taurus, Taurus. So having that Aries is very good for me because that I'm able to pull on that for that creative flow. But with Aries, it's really good to be able to anchor down. So having this full moon is really anchoring down those ideas for you. So don't be too hard on yourself. The retrograde is just ending. And we're going to retrograde into like November 2nd. So things could still be a little bit bumpy and stuff. So take these next couple of weeks going into the new moon to see what's being presented to you. Write them down, take notes, check in with yourself, and then by the time the new moon comes around, the retrograde, a lot of that energy is now gone, and you have a clear picture of what you want to plant. And being in the northern hemisphere, we're going into winter, we're going to the cold, so we're planting our ideas for more spring, like 6 months from now, so in March, April. Those that are in the southern hemisphere, you are now planting for what's going to be harvested. So you're planting your spring. So over the next months you'll be cultivating a little bit more perhaps, or in different ways. I don't want to say more because everybody cultivates in their own way, and you cultivate a plant or a plant being or an idea or a goal differently than the next goal. So it's not wrong, everything's right, it's just how that cultivation's happening. Give yourself chances to allow 6 months growth. A lot of people want jump, jump, jump. Allow some growth to happen. And I feel like this is more like on a personal level for this collective, this high vibe collective, that it's like more of a journey here. And it's okay to have a journey. I know we really like things like right now, and I have that tendency too. Like, why can't it just happen right now? And then we discover if we got it right now, we'd probably like throw the opportunity away, or we wouldn't be as appreciative of it, or we wouldn't, have the extra little experiences up to that point that we could really benefit from when we get to that point. Definitely. So Spirit's saying these 2 cards, and possibly a third, depending on how I communicate it. Ugh, Spirit's saying. New career. Oh, there we go. Your work focus is shifting into positive and new successful directions. So this full moon is definitely going to be bringing some new ideas, new energies, new thoughts, new goals, new dreams. And during this moon, a great time to burn up what no longer serves you. Just, getting into the fire and letting the universe have it to recycle it into something better for you. Oh, I love this card. Oh, I love that card. This deck is the Fairy Oracles. Doreen Virtue's Fairy Oracles. Flower Power. This one here is definitely saying, get yourself looking at flowers. Remember, that flowers take time to grow. That being around flower scents, their presence, their sight, their smells, they all make us feel wonderful for the most part, unless we're allergic. But there are some flowers that we're not allergic to, right? So I had taken a picture recently of a rosemary flower, and I've never seen a rosemary flower before, and it was just so beautiful. I was just so enlightened by that flower. And it smelled just divine. Compared to like the rosemary leaves, it had a more delicate scent, and I pulled the flower off to smell it separately, but it was just, I can't even explain it. It was just It was a lighter smell, but it was like rosemary with a sweet twist. So almost like a rosemary candy. Oh goodness. Oh my gosh. I'm laughing because I was at the Rotary Club over the weekend with, not the club, at the Rotary book sale, which is in a small town where my son lives. And I picked up an herb book. And as you can tell, last year when I started this channel, I was doing the high vibe thing, and I was going off a book, and I was, sharing recipes and stuff, and I found a lot of those recipes, although they were good, some of those ingredients were hard for everyday people to find. So this year, when I went to this Rotary Club, I was very blessed with 4 books. I haven't seen books for so long, unless I went to like Indigo or Chapters and bought a brand new book. But I love used and I love old books. I'm just going to quickly step up for a moment here and come in behind and grab some of these books that I picked up. I grabbed 4 books. I'm going to bring over 2 right now. And this one is like how to grow herbs. It seems I do know how to grow herbs, but the reason why I grabbed this book is because in the back there's some really cool harvesting tips and drying tips and herb butters and teas and candy flowered leaves recipes and all these recipes. There's rose geranium, so mint cider jelly, so like herb vinegars and stuff, and I love these recipes, and I really do have these things all in my house because I harvest a lot of wildflowers and stuff. Trying to make it more available for people like that don't have a lot of money or flow but are trying to change that vibe and get that idea. And for me personally, it took me physically changing my environment for my vibe for like my whole vibe to change. But my story is a little bit different. But that's why I went with this because I had that womb traumas, and I think a lot of us in the ascension tribes and the empath tribes, we have a lot of those core womb traumas from our parents fighting and stuff like that that we don't even know about, that we're trying to shift. And not all of us want to go on a trip with ayahuasca or stuff like that, because there's real fear based around that. So those little stepping stones, when I talked to Spirit, they gave me herbs. They gave me everyday wild weeds and how to heal myself and stuff like that. Oh my gosh. And I guess here it comes back around full circle. I got a lot of recipes from here. Actually the first time I got this book, I got it from the library here in Niagara Falls. And I was looking up the plants and stuff in here for detox plans and stuff. As you can see, oh look, I even have it like folded here. The chakra and the essential oils. But what I did is I would look up some of these substitutes in my magical books or substitutes on Google and change it over and then find something that I could do. So like say lavender and peppermint, I could find lavender and peppermint plants in my community. I found peppermint and lavender at the local hardware store, and I bought it. And right there's rosemary. That's the third eye. So like a lot of these things, jasmine and sandalwood, well there are different things that you can do with that. Same with like patchouli. Not everybody can have patchouli. So you can root with a musky smell, or a root that you eat, like a carrot is a root. Although it is a different color, it is still part of the root chakra. So like the lower 3, right? Because the orange, right? But you can also get different colored carrots, right? And that's where I'm getting like more expensive again, and my apologies. But there are also other roots that you can eat, like burdock root. And burdock root is really good for your body, and it's a wild weed that grows worldwide, so it's accessible to everybody. So those are the things that I was looking at, and I've rebuilt those structures. And those are the things that I'm working on now, is getting this information out there, like right now, because people deserve this. This is this is our abundant right, I believe, that Mother Earth has given to us. So I like taking all that information, getting it together. And then this book, going on here, is The Dream of Destiny. And I didn't even open the book, I just bought it. I just knew. Didn't even look at it. And in the beginning of it, it goes on and on about dreams. Like, there's tons of stuff about dreams in here, young theories and stuff. And as you can see, it's an older book. It's like the 60s, 70s, and that's what I love. I tell you, I love that kind of stuff. They were very more. I found that they were more open in their books back then, because it wasn't. I don't know if it was such a big deal back then, but after our awakening there in 2011, I found that there was more of a difference. This is like mole readings. There's even tea leaf stuff in here, fortune telling with cards, palm reading, the analysis of bump reading on the heads, phrenology. So, as you can see, there's fantastic imagery in here. Spirit really communicates with me through books, I find, but that's just me. I mean, everybody has their things, right? But this is on numerology. And these are things I do kind of already know, but I always like going back through, because then you can learn more and more. This book is like, it's flat out, and whoever owned it previously highlighted some areas, which makes it even sweeter, in my opinion. So let's see here. There was one more picture I want to show here. Let me come up to it. Fortune in the cards. I know it's here. Now this is cool. The Temple of Fortune. So this is like hand reading cards, like playing cards. And interesting enough, I did have a book about this when I was younger, from a magic store. Like I was like 18, and and look at this, the Mysterious Tarot bag. There you go. But I got pregnant with my daughter, and I was nervous about reading the cards because of the beliefs and stuff that I had. I was taught by my boyfriend's family, who are native, that you don't read cards like that after midnight, and you don't read cards, like playing deck cards, at certain times. And then because I was pregnant and I was nervous, I didn't want anything to happen to my unborn child, and I had a lot of difficulties with that pregnancy. But overall, she's made it. She's 26, going on 27. She's an amazing human being. But she was born early. She was born tiny. The doctors were wowed that she actually made it. I had the RH negative blood factor going. They had to give me needles so she wouldn't leave my body. It was a crazy first pregnancy, that's for sure. So Spirit wants me to read from the Angel Detox book. That is the last thing. And just checking with Spirit here, making sure, because it's been pretty long. Spirit's like, it's been a while. Okay, let's see, what kind of detoxing should we do as a collective, Spirit, for this full moon? Caffeine and coffee detox. So, it says caffeine is a stimulant that can be found in coffee, tea, soda, and guarana. When you consume it, your nervous system becomes excited and gives you a false perception of energy. The energy from caffeine is impure. It makes your body work harder physically and mentally. Your body's best tool is to identify your needs. When you're tired, it's to asking for rest. You may need more sleep or need to find another form of relaxation. Caffeine picks you up and makes you get back to work faster. It depletes your energy levels and can make you feel even more tired as a result. Energetically, caffeine creates spikes in your aura. Rather than looking smooth and secure, your aura becomes jagged and sharp. It's harder for you to sense the energy of people and places, and you can only get taste tests of energy. Unknowingly, you're putting yourself at risk. Caffeine makes your chakras, which filter energy, spin faster. They absorb energy and simultaneously send energy out. Like an air conditioner filter, the chakras become blocked and need clearing from time to time. You can work with Archangel Michael's vacuuming technique very effectively, but caffeine makes the chakras work overtime. They don't get a chance to process the energy before they send it out again. You can feel confused and irritable as a result. Oh my goodness. So, I'm like, uh-oh, because like, I drink coffee, and I admit that I do that as my pick-me-up. I got into coffee in my 30s, and I can really resonate with that message. I don't know, can you, tribe? Do you have any remedies about quitting coffee? Can you make a comment down below? Because I'm going to need all the help I can get with quitting coffee. Oh my goodness. I have a coffee in front of me right now. I'm like panicked. Okay, let's see here. Is this one, oh, this is from Detoxing from Sugar. So I'm going to look for the coffee one. I went a day ahead. This was like a personal story. Another personal story. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Here we got some healing methods. We're going to do the healing methods. So let's see. Healing methods to detox from coffee and caffeine. So, although I'm reading from this book, please, if the archangels don't resonate with you, or if you work with deities, or if you work with some other former beings, some nature spirits, please feel free to do so with the beings that you feel comfortable with, or with the goddesses or gods. Please feel free to ask them for help. It's quite okay. This is just from this book, and she references a lot with the archangels in her work. So, healing methods to detox from coffee and caffeine. Prayer. Dear God and angels, please release me from the hold of caffeine has over me. I no longer want to drink coffee, as I know it makes my precious body, work too hard. I love my body and I want to nurture myself. I know that if I continue drinking coffee, I cannot truly experience peace. Please help me become calm, tranquil, and balanced in all ways. I willingly release all cravings for caffeine into the light. I give you permission to help me now. Thank you. I think that's a beautiful prayer. But I have to admit, it seems quite long. But that's just my opinion. Some people like that. So, I like these other ideas. That they're kind of giving you like dandelion root coffee, which I've had. It's really good. But we still go through the detox of not having caffeine. And I think that there should be some sort of self-care when detoxing. And to maybe let others know that you care about that you're detoxing, that you might be a little bit extra sensitive. But don't give yourself permission to go be nasty to people, but give yourself permission to be gentle with yourself and to be gentle with others. Your body's going through a hard time when you're detoxing, no matter what you're detoxing from. So, if you need a hug, give yourself a hug. A bath, have an extra bath. If you need to go, and I don't really like encouraging shopping all the time, but because I believe that's like a pitfall for us as humans, and I'm guilty of it as well. But maybe a pair of slippers, or something that's going to make you feel more comfortable or feel better about yourself. Even a book, a crystal, anything. I mean, it can be anything. Maybe some herb plants or some food, some strawberries or something. Maybe smoothies, switch up your coffee. Along those kind of lines. See, it says there's an herb here, and it says the herb is, oh my gosh, Shishasandra. So Shishasandra cleanses and nurtures your liver and will purge you from the toxins from coffee. This herb is a perfect choice since it helps your nervous system and balances your mood and mind. It also helps you concentrate and focus. So this herb detoxes the liver and gives you the energy you need to pursue your cleanse. So, what I will do is I will look into some alternative herbs that are like this. And I'm honestly thinking not only dandelion root coffee, but what about dandelion tea? The leaves, the roots, the flowers, all can be in a tea, and they all help your liver. So I would think that even a dandelion tea could help you break that caffeine coffee withdrawal. And I'm going to try it too, because I dehydrate my dandelion leaves. I go pick and stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to be making a dandelion tea and seeing if I can kind of get myself off of the coffee. I know that would make some of my friends happy. So this one says, the Archangel's Michael spiritual vacuuming, and it says, Michael will release anxious energy from your body, and caffeine causes you to put yourself in an unbalanced situation. And when you do so, you can expose yourself to lower energies. So by calling Archangel Michael, these negative energies can be lifted away. Archangel Michael will clear your chakras from your psychic debris, and which will help your energy circulate more freely and enable you to connect to your passions and motivations. So there's the next one here. They have Archangel Raphael's addiction release. And it says, work with Archangel Raphael to serve your cords of addiction. Be willing to let go of coffee and caffeine for your highest good. Raphael can show you the harm that it's been causing you. So if you choose to, ask him why it would be better on not consuming caffeine. Without judgment or pressure, the angels will identify the areas of your life that will improve. Now it doesn't say so here, but I really suggest that you have a little notebook or something and you write down what you're sensing or what you're feeling or the images that you're getting. And then you can look at them again anytime you have like that caffeine want or need. Especially the first few days when you get that caffeine headache. That's usually when I cave and I end up having a coffee. I'm like, oh, but I have a headache. Oh, I haven't had a coffee. And I'll have a coffee. And I need to work on that. So, but I'm not looking forward to it. But I am looking forward to it. So, I guess I'm working on my balance. So, day 1. Mindfully say, detoxing from coffee and caffeine prayer when you wake up. Remove all traces of coffee from your home. If possible, remove it from your workplace too. Whee! Not if you want your coworkers to kill you. But, you know, with COVID, everything's different. So, I mean, it's a little bit accessible now, right? So if you have your own coffee cup or stash or coffee at work, release it. Cut your cords of addiction to coffee by working with Archangel Raphael. And before you go to bed, take a moment to center yourself and repeat the detoxing from coffee and caffeine prayer. And I think that would be good to make your own prayer, you know. That way it resides with you. And I think the same thing, it just kind of continues on. It goes on about doing the vacuuming, putting the dandelion coffee in day 2. Day 4, the prayer, you know, walks through nature, revitalizing your health. There's a supplement she mentions is here. Coenzyme Q10 supplement as you detox from coffee. It says taking 150 milligrams per day gives you the spark needed for inspired motivation. Don't fall into a slump as you detox from coffee. Instead, take this opportunity to express your creative desires. And it says again with the prayer. The prayer here is here, and then it says about that root. It says, you know, inhaling fragrances that can help boost you. So rosemary would be good. This one's talking about chamomile, which would calm you. This one here talks about African violets at your bedside table. The healing flowers will absorb any stress from your day. They will cleanse you of all negativity and leave you feeling refreshed and alive. When you wake up the next morning, you will feel exhilarated, not exhausted. That's a cool little one. I actually have some African violets. I have them in my front kitchen window. I'm going to go put them beside my bed. Let's see here. Cleanse your sensitive body with regular sea salt baths, taking a bath as you detox your physical body. That was day 6. Let's see, in day 7, Now that caffeine is out of your system, you can quiet your mind. The angels are easy to connect to, and you will begin to hear their guidance again. Take time for meditation and make it part of your regular routine. The more you meditate, the higher your vibration will be as you rise with the newfound energy, and your world will open up to new experiences from the divine world. And then it says again, before you go to bed, say the prayer. I also maybe suggest saying thank you. That's just my suggestion, because I find that having gratitude just brings in a better energy for you, the universe, the angels, everybody around. Because everybody appreciates gratitude, including yourself. So, that's the final thing. The next thing was cigarette smoking. So maybe we'll go on to that one another day. And you let me know what you think. Comment below. Or you can email me. So thank you so much for joining me for this 45 minutes of a card reading and everything else in between. I do my things my own way. I honestly admit that. But that's the way I think it should be done for everybody. Feeling your own vibe. Doing your own thing. What feels right for you. So thank you, my lovely Vibe Collective. I'm curious if you want to know any recipes. I'm curious about a few things. I have got some emails. A lot of them are based around crystals, because a lot of you that do know me know that I know my crystals well, and the crystals and I are kind of like that since we were kids. So I don't mind that, but I also am an herbalist, a hypnotherapist. I do art color therapy, nature therapy, nature and forest therapy walks, and as well as being an artist. I am an NLPer, master practitioner. I'm also an EFT tapper, a master practitioner of that. So there's a lot I can bring to the table for my Vibe tribe, and a lot of things that I've done healing my own journey, and I got some stories to share that I'm actually willing to start sharing, because I think I've gone through my dark night of the soul, and you know, I'm sure some people are still there, and it's not a nice place to be. So I stayed in that dark night of the soul for, I'd say, gosh, 4 or 5 years, maybe longer. I tried to peek out once during it. I remember that. Thought it was over. It wasn't. Got worse. So it's really important that you listen to your higher self and you listen to your intuition. It's not going to guide you wrong. It's the self-doubt that starts guiding you wrong. So, many blessings. I love you, love you. Be good.